The vast majority of Protestants in America believe in a doctrine which is commonly known as once saved, always saved. This belief states that once a man enters a saving relationship with God through faith in Christ, there is nothing he can do to lose that status. Justification is a one-way valve, and anyone who has it no longer need fear the possibility of damnation. However, the doctrine of once saved, always saved comes up against a critical test. If you can find one place in the New Testament where the inspired author warns his audience, an audience whom he regards as Christians in a state of justification, with the possibility of damnation, the doctrine would be falsified. Is there such a thing in the New Testament? There are dozens.
Among the clearest of these is in John chapter 15, which is during Jesus' long farewell discourse at the Last Supper. He gives a metaphorical image of the life of discipleship to his apostles, saying, "I am the true vine, and my Father is the vine-grower. He removes every branch in me that bears no fruit. Just as the branch cannot bear fruit by itself unless it abides in the vine, neither can you unless you abide in me. Whoever does not abide in me is thrown away like a branch and withers. Such branches are gathered, thrown into the fire, and burned. If you keep my commandments, you will abide in my love." Now let's analyze what Jesus just said. Jesus' disciples are branches coming off of him, receiving nourishment and life. Ideally, these branches, these disciples, produce good fruit by abiding in him, which he says you do by keeping his commandments, particularly his commandment to love one another. However, Jesus describes another scenario. He says any branch which doesn't abide in him, which doesn't keep his commandment to love, will be pruned off and thrown into the fire, which is clearly an image of hell. And lest anyone say this describes fake Christians who are never truly part of the vine to begin with, Jesus specifies that this applies to branches who are in him. So unless you want to say a person can be part of the vine, be in Christ, and receiving life from him, and not be a real Christian, you must conclude that once saved, always saved is false.